What's up, guys? We've got a new chair to take a look at today. Now, some of you might already know we do actually have 2 desk setups in this tiny room, and we've now made that room even smaller by getting a 3rd chair. But we're going to unbox this thing, put it together, check it out, and then we'll see whether it's going to replace one of the current chairs that we're using in this setup. Let's get into it. So I'm just going to bring you in here quick just to see what we get inside the box, and love to see it, but you get a full toolkit. So there is a mini screwdriver there, some sort of knob for something, some sort of spacer, and then looks like there's an Allen key and a bunch of screws and bolts in there, which is going to be perfect. And the chair looks like it's packaged relatively well. Plenty of bubble wrap in here, plenty of dividers, and it feels like it's all intact. So we're going to go ahead, put it together, and I'll bring the camera in for little bits and pieces throughout the build. So I've just opened that little bag that had the tools in and figured I'd just quickly show you the instructions. So shows you all the pieces that hopefully we have in this kit. Then of course there's the steps to put it together, and more steps, and then you get the adjustment instructions. So we'll get onto these a little bit later once we've built it. Plenty of adjustability with this chair, which is why I'm making the YouTube video, because it looks like a super interesting chair. And then also some gloves, which I guess is pretty nice so you don't mark your chair. So we're just getting unboxed here. However, I did think that they were sending out the grey version, which was kind of going to match the aesthetic a little bit more of the room. We did agree on the grey version, however, the black one has been sent out. I checked the box, it does say it is the black version, so it's not like the box is wrong. It just seems like they've sent out the wrong colourway, but we're still going to put it together and check it out. Right, that's it all unboxed and currently on the floor. So we've now just got to put it together. But yeah, like I said, this is the black version. We did speak about getting the grey version, which I think would have just matched the room a little bit better. However, the black might not look too bad. So let's put it together and then take a look at how this thing looks. Okay, so we've made good progress with this. I just wanted to bring you in a little bit closer to show you this part. Now, this is the backrest. So I'm just about to put this onto this part here, which is the support. And we got to this part here where it actually gives you 3 different height settings depending on obviously how tall you are. So there's the 5.5 inch, 5.5 to 5.10, and then above 5.10. Now we just about squeeze into this category, so we're going to go ahead and slot it in the middle to see how we go. Right guys, that is the chair now fully put together. I'm just going to show you here on the camera just what it looks like, and we'll go ahead and dive into some of the details and the adjustments that this chair has. So I think we start off with the headrest, so we'll start top to bottom. So the headrest is fully adjustable. It simply pushes up and pushes down to get the height. You can also have the tilt option here, so you are able to tilt that up or down depending on whatever suits yourself. And then in here there is a dial, and if you twist that, that slots out, which then means that this is retractable and you can kind of find what works for you. It's spring loaded, so obviously if you have that unlocked, and then whichever bit works for you, twist it to lock it, that's now locked in place. There's also further adjustments on the actual headrest part itself, which much like this part here is just a push up or down to find the angle that again works best for you. So it's fully customizable and there is lots of options to find what works best for yourself. I'm just going to go ahead, sit on the chair for you guys just to kind of show you and demonstrate exactly how it all works. So twisting that, the headrest comes forward. You then want to find what works best for you. So you just push your head back, that will lock in. You can find the height, so just pull it up or down. There we go, that feels good. So I think you'll probably adjust the headrest based on whether you're kicking back and gaming or if you're doing some office work, but there is plenty of adjustability there, which is very good. Coming down to the middle of the chair now, of course, I zoomed in on this earlier to show you that there was 3 available slots dependent on your height. So the backrest itself is adjustable. And then down here, you do get some additional lumbar support, which you are able to adjust by simply moving it up or down. So again, depending on where you're sitting, where you want that extra support, you can simply toggle that up or down to find whatever's comfortable for yourself. So while sitting on the chair, again, you can just reach across, grab it, push it up, down, find whatever works best and wherever's comfortable for yourself, and then you're good to go. You also get extra adjustability here. So leaning back with my hand, and if I toggle this, this throws the chair forward. So I hope that you can see this on camera. There is lots of adjustability on whether you want the seat rest really far forward or if you want it back. Again, I think dependent on whether you're kicking back and chilling or doing some office work, you might want to adjust this on the fly, and that simply locks in like so. And this big dial here is to adjust the tension on the lumbar support. So you can minus or plus, and as you can see, there's quite a big range in that. That was all the way to the left, and this is all the way to the right. So there is plenty of adjustability there also. So moving on to the armrests now. Again, there is a lot of adjustability. You are able to move them outwards or inwards in a sideward motion. You can turn them inwards or you can tilt them outwards. And then of course you have adjustability to have them up higher, or again lower, and that is as simple as pulling that little lever up until it clicks, and it will click in place. And it feels like there is a lot of different levels there. You can hear the mechanism kind of catch as I drag it up or down. So plenty of adjustability there to find what works for you. Again, you might have different adjustability based on whether you're gaming or not. So backwards, forwards, tilt, left, right, up and down. Coming down the chair now, obviously you get the toggles down here to adjust the height. This is the lowest it goes, which is pretty low, but also this is the highest it goes. That's it. Now, I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'7" on a good day, and that's as tall as it goes. Now, this feels relatively comfortable to sit at, but this is lower than the other chairs that I use. Now, maybe I've been sitting in a funny position all this time, but I know that because the armrests usually come up and meet the desk level, and I do feel like I'm a little bit shorter sitting on this chair than I am to my other two chairs. Maybe I'll bring the other chairs in just to show you the height differences on the other chairs that I have. So just something to bear in mind, this is as tall as it goes. There is no more adjustability. I've tried, it doesn't go any higher than that. So I'm just going to show you some height differences here. This is my chair from Autonomous AI. This is as tall as this one can go, but I do feel pretty high on this. Now, my feet don't fully touch the floor, so perhaps that is bad posture for myself, but I do feel more comfortable like this. I do like to rest my feet on the wheels there, or of course I use the footrest under the desk. So this is a perfect height for myself. And then again, if I just get up and move over to the Newtral chair, you can see I am sitting a little bit lower. I think you can see the differences there. The top of this chair kind of comes to the top of my thighs. So I would just like to see it go a little bit higher. Now again, just to compare the height differences, this is the Flexi Spot chair that I pretty much have mained on this setup for 2 years now. This is a really good chair. I have the armrest set to what I find is comfortable for myself. I'm able to work for long periods. There is a headrest, of course, and I've not really had any issues whilst using this chair. Now, if I just move over to the Newtral chair, again, you can see I am sitting considerably lower. Similarly, the top of this chair kind of comes to my thighs. This one is a little bit lower than the Autonomous chair. The armrests are probably a little bit higher on this. I do find you can find a little bit of a better position for my body on the Newtral chair. And this is where I would have the armrests sitting at this chair. I think if I was to have them any higher, maybe if I was playing, I could have them a little bit higher. But while sat at the desk, I think this is quite a perfect height. I'm able to type on the keyboard. Of course, I don't really use a mouse all that much, but this would be pretty comfortable for me. And then the other lever just underneath here is to adjust the seat depth. So you can push the seat forwards or you can push it backwards, meaning you get less room for your arse. This is all the way back. This is a lot of the times how office chairs will make you sit, because the more sort of upright and seated you are, the more focused you can be. Whereas if you're slouched back and chilling, you can feel a little bit tired, a little bit lazy. So this is comfortable. You could definitely work like this. I'm sat upright. I feel like I've got good posture. I feel like I've got good lumbar support, good protection there. I do feel relatively comfortable sitting here like this. But for me, I do like a little bit more room for my arse. So I like to just pull that forward a little and just give myself a little bit more room back there. So that's it for the toggles there. Of course, we are on wheels. So caster wheels, it does spin around relatively easy as well, which is pretty nice. And then there is some adjustability for tilt functionality. So you can tilt forwards or backwards. And then to lock that into place, again, it's down here with this lever. And then you tilt back to find your desired tilt level and then just push that in and that will lock it. Then at this point, you are locked in place. If you want to get up, it's not going to fling forward. It's currently locked. So then again, to unlock it, you do kind of have to just pull that lever back out, and then you're able to go forwards. So again, plenty of adjustability there. It does go quite far back. So if you're kicking back gaming, watching a movie, or maybe using some XR glasses to watch a film, you might want to have it like this. But of course, if you're working, you're going to want to be sat pretty well upright. And now for probably my favorite part of this chair, and kind of the reason why I wanted to create a video, is the leg rest. So simply slotting out underneath like so, and then fold this out. You've now got a complete footrest or leg rest for your feet. Now that is pretty nice. I don't know what the weight limit of this thing is. It does feel relatively sturdy. This whole thing is made out of metal. These pieces here are plastic. The lock-in mechanism is plastic, but it does feel pretty sturdy. You do feel like you can sort of get quite comfortable on it. I'm a relatively heavy guy. I'm upwards of 80 kilograms, so it's holding me with no issues. So I think the leg rest makes this chair a perfect 2-in-1. Of course, it's a really ergonomic chair, so it's going to be great for your desk setup whilst you're sitting around for 8 hours during the day working away. But then when it comes to the evening and you want to kick back and do some gaming, you've then got the ability of having the leg rest. And then of course you can kick back, use the tilt function, find something that works good, and now you are ready to play some Xbox. Slot the armrests in and away you go. So this footrest is pretty sturdy. Like I said, you can sort of put your feet on it. There's a bit of pressure. I don't know what the weight limits are, but one thing to bear in mind, again, I'm 5'7" on a good day and my feet go pretty much right to the end. The pads are just sitting on my calves, which is quite comfortable. But if you're 6 foot plus, your feet are going to be hanging right off the edge of this, and I'm not sure how comfortable this might be. But I'm pretty impressed with this office chair. I wish it came in the grey colourway because I think it would have just matched the aesthetic a little bit more. However, the black, I think, doesn't look too out of place. You'll have to let me know down in the comments what you think. But at least for the looks, whilst it is in this black colourway, I do think this chair looks pretty damn good. It certainly looks ergonomic and doesn't look too out of place for an office chair, but still has that kind of futuristic look with the back lumbar support there. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope that it's been informative. I'm going to use this chair for a few days now just to sort of see how it goes. And then if there's any updates, negative or overly positive, I will go ahead and put them in the comments down below. If I use this for a few days and I'm like, actually, this is terrible, do not buy, I will be sure to update you guys. But I think from a first impressions point of view, it's a really nice chair. I think as long as you find all the positions that works for yourself, you've got plenty of adjustability to do so, from the headrest, the lumbar support, the armrests, so on and so forth. I think this chair is going to be pretty comfortable. I just wish it went a little bit higher. That's my only criticism of this chair so far. So as always, thank you so much for watching this one. I really do appreciate it. If you've got any further questions, leave them down below in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. And until the next one, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.